Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I am doing a presentation on finance basics, the basics that everyone should know. There are some small things that can make a big difference, and the sooner that we make good habits, the better in life. Do you have dreams of having a big house or a nice car or going on nice vacations? If you're like most college students or most people, you do. And you know, those things are really nice to have and they're really nice things to plan for, but the odds don't look very good. A lot of Americans are in debt. Actually, a lot of people just dream of keeping their homes and not going into foreclosure. And Americans grouped age 25 to 34, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, have the second highest rate of bankruptcy. So that's pretty much for making bad choices in the beginning, from racking up high credit card debt, buying houses that they couldn't really afford, you know, just maxing out their finances every single month. I was like that, you know, and I think our American society promotes it with our Black Friday sales. You know, we're thankful one day for everything that we have, and then we rush and trample people for the things that we don't have. So, you know, I mean, our society is a lot of buy. And I changed. I started working for Discover Financial Services, and I went through a whole credit card training and learned a lot actually about finance, and then I also took some finance classes that also made a really big difference. So debt is dangerous, but it can be used wisely. It can help build credit. But just the things that I want to talk about today is how to create a budget, the realities of a credit card, and the value of being frugal. When you create a budget, you can itemize and manage your income. You can recognize how you spend money, and you can plan for future expenses, and you can make decisions about money today. When you create a budget, you want to identify your source of income. You find your fixed monthly expenses, so your mortgage payment or rent payment. And then you also assign budgets to variable expenses. So if you want to assign budgets to shopping or, you know, groceries, that's more of a fixed budget. You should stay kind of within a range. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of mint.com. It's a great financial website that I use it actually tracks all of your budgets for you. Shows you how much money you have in each of your accounts, and then, you know, once you start getting close to your budget, the bars turn yellow. So that makes it really easy, and then it's an easier way to see where all of your money is going. I want to talk about the credit card trap. A lot of credit card companies will offer you promotions, 0% for 6 months to get you in the door and spend all the money that you can, and then after 6 months, you have tons of interest. Some credit card companies will charge you 6 months all at once if it's not paid off at the 6-month rate, a 6-month term. But other ones will just start charging interest after that. So it's important to pay attention to that, because you might rack up a pretty high debt within 6 months. There's also fees for over the limit and cash advances, and those go into your total account, your total amount, which would actually start accruing interest to month after month. And then, you know, there's always the juggling of balance transfers. Credit cards will say, oh, you have so much money here, you should send it over here, and we'll give you 0% for this long, and it's really just a mess. So, but credit cards can be used really wisely. A lot of credit cards offer rewards for spending, so if you can learn to pay off your credit card every month, then it's almost like having extra cash. You know, I actually do that, and it helps pay for Christmas shopping at the end of the year. So, it's not very easy to be frugal, like I said, in our society, but it is important to live within your means and separate needs from wants. There's a lot of times that, you know, you feel like, oh, I need a new TV because mine is old and it's heavy and bulky, but really, you know, if you can't afford it, then it's really just a want. It's not something you really need. And when you go grocery shopping, you can look at the unit prices on things like that, and it'll help you save money. In conclusion, students who graduate usually have on average about $20,000 in debt, so that's why it's really important to maintain your finances now. And you know, even if you can, just pay what you can right away. A lot of students have 0% while they're in school, but you know, once you get out of school, that's a lot of money that can that can add up, and you can have a lot of interest charges on that. So even if you're only paying $20 a month, it'll still help you get down. And also a lot of loans, car loans, things like that, you can lower your average daily balance if you pay twice in 1 month. So if you split your whole payment, you can pay on the 1st and the 15th, and it lowers your average daily balance, and you can actually save usually about 5 to 10 payments just by doing that and paying the exact same amount. Your small expenses can add up. For example, in my credit card, or excuse me, my finance class, it talked about a small cup of coffee every day. So you imagine a small cup of coffee is about $3 per day. So that seems like a really small expense, right? $3 is not a big deal. But for a couple, that can be $6 a day. And if that's every single day, that adds up to over $2,000 a year. And after 40 years, if you had that saved, it would turn into $80,000. And that may not seem like a lot for a retirement, but if you put that into a 4% interest account, which is a pretty reasonable account, then after 40 years, it's $190,052. So really, how much is that small cup of coffee really adding up to? There's a lot of really easy ways that you can save your money and budget, and overall, you can be more prepared for your future. You can have excellent credit score and have extra money.
Yay!